How is everybody? It's Dr. K here for our Medical Monday. I have my microphone today, so hopefully you can hear me well. You may be hearing also some car sounds, but hopefully we'll do all right. So much for our sunset musings. There you go. That is our sunset musing right there in Europe. You know, what a privilege to live in Arizona for me, to be able to witness the sunset actually every single day. So I'll be cherishing it so much more. Hopefully one of you will send me a little of your sunset musings to enjoy while it's going to rain here. It's going to rain the whole time. But anyway, look at that beautiful clouds. As I am sharing with you today, we are talking about the endocrine system, but in a whole different way. This is so beautiful. Those are hills behind, and it's like, for me, rain is a novelty, although I don't have to have it every day. And the clouds are just marvelous. So while we enjoy the clouds instead of the sunset today, first of all, before I go and share a little bit about the adrenal glands and the pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus and other glands, I want to thank you for your input, and to those of you who sent me an email that you were touched by the Wednesday musing about trust and the Friday about trust and the Wednesday about emotion. So I'm truly grateful for that. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's connect. We have spoken about quite a few connections of the organs already. We have definitely spoken about the liver and the gallbladder. That is an important one. The gallbladder and the liver just work in tandem. We have spoken in Chinese medicine that the kidneys and adrenals are connected, and we've shared about that. Today, I would like to take it to a little bit of a different level. Endocrinologist Harold Harrower, he has written many, many books long time ago, and they have gotten forgotten. Luckily, my teacher at my naturopathic school knew about those and kept reminding us, this is really important. Our endocrine glands work in tandem. They can either support one another, or they can inhibit one another. And it's different than the simple pituitary gland bringing the hormones to tell the glands to work, such as the TSH for the thyroid, the ACTH for the adrenals, the FSH and LH for the ovaries and the females. There's a little bit more to that, and the magic is really important. And one of the most important one is that I see over and over in my practice is the forgetting of the thyroid and the adrenal connection. So that's going to be a priority for us today. And I'm also going to share about the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis. That is so important because the endocrine system doesn't work on its own. It's not just set in the body doing its thing and nobody else notices, right? It's quite the opposite. The nervous system is in charge, is above in many, many ways. But one of the primary ways, it's the hypothalamus. It's the part of the nervous system. It's both hypothalamus and pituitary are in our brain. Hypothalamus is more connected to the nervous system as a whole. Pituitary gland is more connected to the endocrine system, but they have deep connection. There is communication between those. What happens during our lifetime, stressors of life deplete this communication. Stresses of life, period, deplete the communication between our endocrine system glands, to a point where if we look at Henry Harrower's work, the receptors, it's like our endocrine system is unable to perceive the hormones as our receptors are not recognizing them. There's certain endocrine disruptors, especially for the females, in the form of toxins and mostly like pesticides, herbicides, toxins in personal care products that are endocrine disruptors, and they can cause a lot of havoc when it comes to the receptors of our endocrine system. So let's talk hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis. When that axis is disturbed, our adrenals are kind of left alone without the support of these massive glands, right, that they need. It's like the roller over the gland. Big time we see it after birth. So when a female gives birth to a child, usually to her second or third child, the first time the body can usually recover. After the second or third child, it becomes a little bit harder to recover, and this hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis is disrupted. And what happens afterwards, the female cannot, it's like she cannot come back to normal. She cannot, there's this like mild depression, not sure what's going on. There's fatigue, starting to gain weight, not able to sleep, some headaches potentially. All of those things that we don't want to have happen, right? Because, gosh, we work so hard to be in fit shape, to be there for the child, to be in our prime. And then what happens because of all of that, we push ourselves, or those ladies then push past their capacity, and that leads to more and more trouble. So there are simple remedies to actually reset the axis. I've shared with you the RET remedies from the company Professional Complementary Health Formulas. That company has such high integrity, and they really are working with some special doctors too. And they're the only company that I know that they have regular supplements, they have herbs, and they also have the specialty homeopathy, because they know that there's different levels of supporting our bodies. You know, supplements, when the receptors on the glands are unable to pick up the hormones, no matter what supplements I throw at the gland, it's not going to fully get in. It's not going to fully support the gland. So there's different stages of supporting organs, glands, our systems. And if you go from the strongest to the gentlest yet sometimes most powerful one, we go drugs, right? Like heavy duty drugs. Then we can go more like a supportive hormones, let's say hydrocortisone for the adrenal glands, thyroid hormone for the thyroid, it's the estrogen, progesterone for the female. Then the next level down is glandulars. Those are supplements that actually have parts of the glands, the thyroid gland, the adrenal gland in them, from usually porcine source, and they provide a different support, more than just a supplement with herbs or nutrients, right? The next level up. And then it's just herbs, so it's the nutrients, the herbs, or the mixture of those, and then we're going to homeopathy. And homeopathy is powerful. What I have seen with that is, if the person is unable to experience improvement with herbal or regular supplements, these homeopathics really bring up the capacity of the gland to start. It's like it upregulates the receptors. It wakes them up again, and it wakes up the communication between, it's like the orchestra of the endocrine system. Hypothalamus pituitary adrenal gland axis is so important for our happiness in life, for our energy, for our survival. And the big piece here that oftentimes is forgotten is the adrenal glands usually get depleted first, and then because they're depleted, the thyroid sort of has to work hard. The thyroid sort of has to take over, and I can do it only for so long before it gets depleted. And what that means, that I have so many, mostly women really, but even men come with hypothyroid, right? Thyroid deficiency. And they're all thyroid hormones or different thyroid support, or you name it, it's all about thyroid. Very rarely do I see them be on adrenal support. So if we take nothing again from today, just one thing is, do I know somebody or myself that is being, supported only through thyroid support versus helping the adrenals to wake up, to pick up, and to also, there's this thyroid adrenal communication that is lesser known, and it's more from this older work of Harold Harrer, who really puts them together. Like, they need to be working in tandem and supported at the same time. So that's really important. And you can go back to our adrenals and to our thyroid. I have shared all of those, and maybe I'll repost them here underneath. But the Professional Complementary Health Formulas, PCHF, I actually had the honor to be their student rep when I was at school, however many years ago, and to visit their facility. They brought me to Oregon and had me visit their facility, and it was husband and wife who started this company, and just you could really feel their desire to help and support and the integrity of the whole company, which is so important today. We don't find that everywhere in supplement companies, right? So much is about gain versus am I doing the right thing? And they're very cheap, so they really had to choose integrity and help over monetary gain, which is a huge thing. So anyway, professional complementary health formulas. There is an amazing formula that's literally hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis. And I'm going to post it for you, because if there is any doubt that we're depleted on if you've taken adrenal support, if you've taken thyroid support, if you have done all the right things, or even if you haven't, and you know that over time with stress, you have really gotten depleted with energy, hard to sleep, some headaches, weight gain, especially after childbirth. I have seen some quite magical things happen with this supplement, or rather it's a tincture, it's a homeopathic tincture, 5 to 10 drops 3 times a day. Whew. And then the pineal gland, right? Let's end on the pineal gland. That's a whole story of pineal gland, such a magical gland. So much happens in our pineal gland. I know if you work with Dr. Joe Dispenza, he is quite the master when it comes to pineal gland support and meditations. I think he brought some supplements now. But the main reason, or the main knowing we have about the pineal gland is it produces melatonin for us to sleep. The pineal gland does so much more, and I'm actually going to save it for another talk because it's just magical and it's mystical. It really is a mystical gland that seems to be helping us connect to our higher self and our all of that we are, right? Besides the physical body. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. But I just wanted to mention that the endocrine system as a connection with itself, amongst itself, and as a whole is huge. And oftentimes it's not fully stressed in medicine, even in naturopathic medicine. So I just want to put it out there for you. Come join me on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, it's going to rain the whole week. So I'll do, it stopped raining just for us, you guys. Look at that. It's just tiny little rain, but it's no big deal. So yeah, hi Debs, good to see you. Look at that. It stopped raining just for us so we can have rain musing for our Medical Monday. But I'll be back on Wednesday. Well, I want to share with you about perception. Like really, I want to put it out there as far as perception and health and so much more. And then we'll meet again on Friday. But thank you so much for being with me. You see, we don't even have the sun anymore. That just went away. But if you have sunset musings, please send it to me. I will be forever grateful. I'm getting sun deprivation here. Ooh, isn't that just amazing, these clouds? It's like painted. All right, you guys, good to see you. Oh, and that is the church over there that I was sharing with you with the fallen soldier over there. See, it's very small. And that's the fire station over there for the firefighters, that little tall one. All right, I'll show you some more. Oh, take good care. Thank you for coming, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.